Hello and welcome to This One Thing, a weekly devotional brought to you by First Presbyterian Church of Fort Lauderdale. My name is Jon Bock and I'm the Youth and College Ministry Assistant. Today is Friday, November 12th, 2021, and I'm excited and honored to be with you in spirit and in truth. This past weekend, the middle school students, some of the chapel singers, performed the production Lion King Jr., and it was an incredible show. For those of you who were able to see it could certainly attest. And the plot in the show is that of a lion cub, a baby lion, who is destined to become king. And his father, the current king, Mufasa, is teaching him how to one day do that successfully. However, Mufasa dies. Mufasa's killed, and this ended up being a breaking point for a breakthrough for Simba, this lion. It was a hardship that this lion cub had to unfortunately go through and endure in order to eventually have a greater and deeper understanding of life, of the circle of life. And it set him up to be a great king and leader. Also, this past Monday evening, local family therapy center, the Bougainvillea House, hosted a speaker. And I went to hear this speaker. It was a young woman named Emma. And Emma shared an extremely compelling testimony of her life and her struggles with mental health. She is actually a suicide survivor. And she shared some of her struggles and how she overcame them. And one of the things she talked about was the help and guidance she received from one of her local pastors. Simply told her that nothing she ever goes through, nothing that we ever go through is going to last. Everything changes. And how simple of advice, but how true, that what we're going through, what we're experiencing, what we're feeling, it changes. And most of the time it changes often and quickly. All of this caused me to reflect on my own journey and my own breakthroughs and struggles that I had experienced, leading me to where I am today. And it all coincided with the scripture I chose from the Revised Common Lectionary for this Sunday, and it comes from the Gospel of Mark. We are in chapter 13, and Jesus here is speaking with his disciples. He's speaking with specifically Peter, James, John, and Andrew on the Mount of Olives. And Jesus says this: "When you hear of wars and rumors of war, do not be alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places, and there will be famines. These are the beginning of birth pains." These are the beginning of birth pains. So what Jesus is telling his disciples and all of us is that hardship will be endured. Famines, earthquakes, nations dividing against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms, these things will happen. All of us face hardship and have endured pain. But what God is also telling us here is that these things, these struggles, this darkness is the foundation of new life, of birth pains, of going through something difficult in order to experience and receive a new understanding, newness, greatness. And made sense, and that makes sense to me when I'm able to look back at my life and the toughest times, the most difficult things that I've gone through. I wish I could see in that moment or have that faith where when I'm going through something hard, that I'm able to know that God is with me, and not only is he with me, but he is telling me that this may work out for something good, something that I can't see or understand with my limited capacity of understanding as a human, but this is something that God could be using for something great. The beginning of birth pains, of new life. So today's one thing I wanted us to pull away from this scripture is that no matter what hardship we're facing, no matter what we're going through, it could be exactly what's necessary in order for us to get to the next level, the next phase, the next understanding of new life, of greatness that we never could see coming otherwise. So my encouragement for all of us is to be faithful during the hard times, to be prayerful, and to know that we are not alone, and that these things happen to all of us, and God can use them and bring us to a new place. So thank you for listening. I hope you have a great weekend, and we hope to see you in worship on Sunday. Take care.